Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Keith Pascal, UCMDB Worldwide Support Lead. Now we're going to discuss the configuration of Prometheus. So in the directory where Prometheus is installed, modify the prometheus.yml file. I have some minimum configurations listed here below. They are all under the scrape configs section. The job name out of the box, it's Prometheus. It can be any job name that you specify. Just know that when you are configuring graphs on the Grafana side, you can specify the job name. So I name mine per UCMDB installation method. So for example, I might name it UCMDB prod. The metrics path defaults to /metrics, which is fine. The scheme is HTTP, but for UCMDB, we need the scheme to be HTTPS. And then under the static configs, you list your target. I've listed myucmdb.mycompany.com:8443. And because I'm using HTTPS and I'm using a self-signed certificate, I'm setting the TLS config up to insecure skip verify equals true. This will prevent Prometheus from trying to validate the certificate. If you would like, you can set up the TLS config and import your certificates into it. Once Prometheus is configured, you need to start Prometheus. To start it, you can run a fully qualified path to prometheus.exe --config file equals whatever that path is to the prometheus.yml file. If you are in the Prometheus directory itself, the path is optional. Then you can launch the dashboard for Prometheus. The default is localhost 9090. And then Prometheus is now up and running. Prometheus supports many different types of metrics: counters, gauges, histogram, and summary. A counter. So from the UCMDB instance, you can look at the dispatch action processed count total. That is a counter. Put that into the Prometheus dashboard and then select execute, and you'll see a graph. Counters by themselves are not necessarily that interesting. Sometimes you want to consider using functions. There is a built-in rate function, which shows how fast a variable is changing. So instead of looking at the dispatch action process count total all by itself, you can wrap that in the rate function and then add the 5-minute interval. Put that in the search bar and select execute. Now you'll see a rate graph for that counter. All counters can work in this general way. So a gauge, for example, probe CPU usage is a gauge. You can put probe CPU usage in the search and click execute, and you can then see a graph showing the probe CPU utilization. Histograms are a little bit different. You'll almost always see them as buckets. So the Servlet API Access Statistics bucket has a value that is stored in various buckets for that particular attribute. The buckets will have greater than and less than values, and each bucket will then get an item added to it if it meets the criteria for the bucket. So for example, if you in the Prometheus dashboard type a bucket variable like Servlet API Access Statistics bucket, and then the command inside of that bucket and select execute, you'll get a graph that looks as follows. Sometimes for histograms, we're looking for quantiles. For example, the 90th percentile of data. To see that, then you can use the histogram_quantile and use the same metric that we used before and execute. And then you'll see a rate of the 90th percentile. Rates can also be tracked. So we can have the histogram quantile of 90%, and now we've wrapped the Servlet API Access Statistics bucket with a time parameter of 15 minutes inside of a rate function, and then you can execute that to show a graph. Summary is pre-aggregated data, so less analysis can be done on it inside Prometheus. In the dashboard, you can type a variable along with its command into the search and click execute to see an example of that. Thank you very much for your time. Next, we will go over the configuration of Grafana.